My friends, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Let's do an update here real quick. So before we get started, all the disclaimers, nothing I'm giving you is financial advice. This video is educational, informational content. I want you to make great decisions for yourself, your family, and your portfolio when it comes to trading. I just want to post great setups, talk about technical analysis, so that's what we're going to do. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, follow me on Twitter, Colin_Gladman. That's going to be the easiest way. If I see anything throughout the day that we might need to update, these videos, I'm only going to do a few of these each week. So follow me on Twitter. It's always going to be the way to get the best and fastest updates. So I've been saying I want like a 3 to 8% pullback. We are in the window of weakness right now, where we can see some selling. I also tweeted out today that I don't think the selling is over. We'll talk a little bit about that. And I also have to go pick up my daughter from dance class here in just a little bit. So this video really is going to be fast. So I want to talk, we'll briefly cover the indexes. I want to talk about Tesla. That's a stock that's near and dear to my heart. Anybody who knows me knows that. And then also too, we'll go through some of the setups that I've been talking about. And like I said, we'll do this quickly. So SPY, nasty, ugly selling day. Was in puts multiple times. So our previous ascending triangle that I've talked about a lot of times, where we were consolidating, well, we got the gap below, and look what happened. We'll even go to the lower time frame so you can see this. We pushed back up, we retested, rejected, came back up. I originally took some SPY puts, took a little bit of profit here, and then when we pushed back up and rejected again, we had a shooting star candle, 5-minute candle here. I reloaded puts. These were short. The reason I was looking at the 5-minute candles is because I was looking at, so I was buying Friday puts. So very low days to expiration. So you got to stay on top of those type of contracts. Once we rejected here, it was just full send straight to the bottom. And I know, Twitter probably won't believe it, or maybe even YouTube, but both myself and my other guy, Shaq, in my Discord, which, by the way, my Discord opens back up next week. I only open it once, maybe twice a month sometimes, but usually just once a month at the end of the month. If you're interested in joining, send me a request on Twitter saying, hey, I want to join the Discord, and we will send you the link when it's time. But we retested the trend line, previous support. Also too, if I go to the 15-minute time frame, one of the things that I was really watching is as our 921 EMAs came back down, I put in the Discord, which we'll just maybe, I don't know, we talk a lot in there. So I just want you guys to know that everything's that I do is on the up and up, if you will. Like, I'm not making things up as we go. Good Lord, we talked a lot today, but it was crazy, right? So that's what happens when things are crazy. Yeah, right here. So I posted, we got the retest. I said, everyone watching the trade, and I also posted this on Twitter, want to see push down as this happens, or we'll go back to the sideline. So I'd already taken some profits on the gap down because I'd already had puts on the overnight. But as the 15-minute EMA was catching up, it literally pretty much retested it right on the dot, and then nice shove down happened throughout, and then closed out final puts at like 165. Hopefully you guys believe me. Closed out final puts at around like 165% down in here. So overall, what I'm looking for is, I say all that to say this, and I'm not doing this very fast. I suck at this. I'm sorry. I like to talk. Just ask Bronx. So what I would be looking for, any type of gap up into tomorrow, pushing back up towards this 580 area has been a key support resistance flip. There is a very good chance, my friends, that myself will be looking at doing puts. Also, from a Fibonacci standpoint, we get that rechase back up here towards that discount zone between that 618, 786. Great time to look at shorts. Anytime, I tweeted the selling isn't over. I don't believe it is. I do believe that we are coming down towards that 567, 565 area, might even sweep 565 a little bit. But anytime, nothing just goes straight down, nothing goes straight up, right? Even when we're grinding up, back over in here, right? There's still red moments along. Go to the daily chart. right? Even as we're in an overall uptrend, there's still red days involved. Just like today, sold down nicely, got a pop towards the end of the day, might gap up a little bit, but I firmly believe in that gap up will sell off. But we'll see, right? But you can clearly see here on the daily why it's such a key support resistance flip. It was resistance, gapped up, support, support, came back down, support. Now we've sliced through it. So don't be surprised with the retest here before further downside. For QQQ, real short and simple, we are still in this kind of ascending triangle look that I've mapped out. And look, right? Go back and watch the previous videos. That trend line's been there the entire time. Bink, 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 and bink, right? Now we're pushing back up. We finally filled after 5 previous days of teasing it, 4 previous days of teasing it. We finally filled the common gap right here at 490.91. I think the common gap down here on 471. Also, there's a common gap right here at 482. I would imagine this 480 is going to be, you know, we'll catch. It'll be like this, right? You're going to catch a lot of bounces, a lot of sideways trading in there. So your clean trend down or up days are rare, guys. Stocks consolidate more than they constantly move up or if they move down. So if you're playing anything, just, you know, scalp those key levels. And if you're wanting, you know, any swings up or down, make sure you buy plenty of time on that kind of deal. IWM, real quick daily look. I thought we were coming back to 220 to 218. We actually went below 218 for a little bit, but did overall have a nice hammer candle up above that 218. So that 220, 218 to support, you still want to see that hold, even if it consolidates in here for a little bit. All right, coin. What I say, if you've been watching the last videos, I anticipate coming back down towards that 180 ballpark. I still anticipate that. We had a nice push and close above that 212. Then you had a bearish inside bar followed by not technically a shooting star, but a very shooting star style candle, right? And what that means is just you had bulls try to push it up above that 212 area and bears shoved it down again. Now you had the gap down. Coin's kind of expensive to play on the option, so always watch your bid-ask spreads there. But overall, I would love to see this come back down, still take out that 180. I still think crypto will have a nice end of the year rally. I still think the overall market will have a nice end of the year rally. I just want to see the pullback for the rocket fuel. NVIDIA did not get that common gap fill at the 136.48. I would like to see that get taken care of in the next day or so. As of right now, just pushed off and held that previous support. 140s was a key number to break through, so it's no surprise that it, you know, pushed back up and recovered that. But it's still closed below it. It's just chilling up here in after hours right now. So if it pushes back up, pretty much like what I was saying on SPY, push back up into 140 and curl back over for more distribution makes the most sense there. MU, been talking a lot about this one. What did we get today? We got our common gap fill, started to push back up, and you can see it rejected off that 107. So I do want to see that. I told my Discord we don't want this to kind of turn into sort of a double top look here in this range. No matter what, so long as that 99-100 gets protected, I'll feel pretty good about chips. And speaking of chips, TSM, hammered up off the daily 9, came right back to that 194, 197 level that I talked to. Overall had a good day. Considering what the market did, had a fantastic day. Bullish engulfing candle. You can see low volume walk down, exactly like what I talked about on MU. That low volume walk down, then volume will start coming back in to push it back up. That's kind of what you're seeing right here. You know, could see an inside bar day. You know, expect it to build out this range a little bit. Like I said, treat it like one of those peg post earnings gap up plays. We had AMD came down here to the surprise of no one, performed the worst. Let's see here, did it get 150? I've been talking a lot about 150. Yes, it did get into the 150s today. Also, I don't know that I think the risk to reward is shorting it here. Still potentially could come down and sweep this. I wouldn't feel good about long on AMD unless we're above that 164.46 level. Google, kind of same thing, still working on building out that inverse head and shoulder level. For Tesla, overall, island gap up. So here's your bottom. Now we're gapping up. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really trying not to cough all over you. What we want to see tomorrow is I don't want to see this gap up just sell off and look ugly, and we pretty much come straight back down, right? We want to see, just like on MU, so MU down here, this was the island gap. Let me get rid of these EMAs just to make it a little bit cleaner. So we had the island gap up. This is, go check my Twitter if you don't believe me, but I said MU on its earnings. So not only did it have a breakaway gap here, but then it also had a huge island gap. We just want to see this protected for Tesla. Overall, I think Tesla's probably going to challenge. I wish I felt a little bit better about the market short term, but overall, I certainly think Tesla is going to push back up and challenge those 260 to 270 numbers. I think there's a very good chance Tesla could see over 300 by the end of the year. Last but not least, kind of this level here, this, right? So ping pong, breaking up, watch for an ascending triangle to build out up in here as well. Let's see here. Okay, Amazon. So this is a perfect example, going back to, once again, the redheaded stepchild of the market, AMD. So just like AMD, looked good, right? Breaking out of it, then that failed breakout, just like what it did before. So Amazon, be careful here. It started to push out of that zone, and then obviously we did not close out of that zone. I posted on Twitter a couple times. I really wanted to see it close above 190. This is exactly what a failed breakout looks like. Volume increasing on the sell. And if you think about a lot of the overall indexes, right, their daily candles kind of recovered here a little bit. Let's go take a look at QQQ, right? Yeah, I mean, a decent recovery. And overall, Amazon still kind of closed down here. So I'd be very careful if you're wanting to do any type of longs. Hopefully, this is just kind of a failed breakout. Got to come back down here, get refuel. Honestly, if there was still one earnings I would gamble on going into this earnings season, it would be on Amazon. I do think it's going to make new highs by the end of the year and take out the previous ones. But I could also be wrong. That's why you got to do what is best for yourself, your family, and your portfolio. Oklo pushed up nice towards 22, but then came back, still held that 18 zone. The daily EMAs are just now starting to catch up on it. Remember, TSM, daily EMAs catch up. So for me personally, I'm not doing anything with it right now. I'm waiting to see if this 18 holds. If this 18 holds and builds out a base, then eventually it's going to, curl on up out of here. If that 18 doesn't hold, then just like rocket ships can come up, then I'm going to be looking for this potential demand back down in here. You also have a nice little imbalance right there. This thing has been absolutely on fire. So the fact that I think its daily RSI was up to like 95 or something like that. So the fact that it's taking some time to cool off is perfectly fine. Victoria's Secret, right? Bullish inside bar day, even on an ugly market day. Still keep that on your radar. And then we will finish up with Celsius. And I'm going to get out of here because my daughter and my wife are all going to be mad at me. Celsius, the alert went off today. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm still going to charge, face first into this deal, if you will. But I love this, guys. Like, look at this. Look at this, right? Huge sell-off, right? Looks ugly. But then what do we see with the volume? All we see is the volume draining out of this deal. So even though it's ugly, the volume is not really supporting this move, in my opinion. So what I want to see is I want to see some type of sweep down here and then something that like hammers back up above this. So watch for a daily hammer candle, something along those lines in here. I mean, it might even be just a bullish inside bar. It's already back up a little bit in after hours. So if you get like a bullish inside bar, then it might be worth taking a stab at. But it's absolutely done the liquidity sweep that I want. Now, just because it hit the level that you want, if price is running away like if price action is running, away like a full freight train, if you will, that doesn't mean you step in front of the freight train, right? Because this setup could invalidate. It could absolutely just continue selling right off. And if it does sell off, then you're going to have to wait to see if you get a double bottom. But now it's 100% back on my radar. It's doing the liquidity sweep just like I want, just like what I want to see out of Google. Now I want to see something that, and it might be something that I build out of position. So I might start a position tomorrow and then be willing to add down to the double bottom. And if the double bottom starts to fail, then I get out altogether. So, and you'll know exactly what I'm going to do if you join my Discord, right? Sales pitch. All right, that's it for this video. Much love. I'll catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Have a great evening, guys.